Oh shit, here we go again.
So at the ending of the previous chapter, we watched Gojo yeet Sukuna into the shrine as he healed himself with a reverse curse technique. And this chapter begins with Yuta explaining just how badass Gojo is. As he says here, Gojo not only healed himself but his curse technique too, which typically should be impossible because it's like an overheated engine. It needs time to cool down. But of course it doesn't apply here. And just then, Chef Sukuna decides to extend the effective range of his domain, which basically means he's covering more ground with his domain. And Gojo, what's that? He reopens his domain?
Hell no, man.
Bro, what? Ain't no way Gojo just did that. Like, we didn't see his domain get folded like an origami 2 chapters ago. But then again, this is Gojo we're talking about. No way he will let that shit happen twice. So this man, Gojo, in the middle of a fight, changed the conditions of his barrier by reinforcing the outside to be stronger against external attacks. And I just love how Gojo and Sukuna are on such a level of jujutsu that traditional rules no longer apply to them. I mean, just look at what Gojo just did. They make everyone else look like straight garbage. And even Sukuna, bro, he is using domain amplification and domain expansion at the exact same time, like it's nothing. While Gojo being on phase is just like, I guess that isn't impossible. Bro, you are legit seeing this happen for the very first time. And the two start throwing hands once again. And my man Gojo is one pretty-ass looking mother. For a second, it looks like Gojo is finally fading his ass, but something really weird happens. Gojo notices that Sukuna's sure hit effects are turned off, while Kenjaku highlights how much Sukuna is touching Gojo in order to be unaffected by Infinite Void. He further explains how Sukuna was using a binding vow to increase the power of his domain outside Gojo's domain by removing the sure hit effect inside the domain. Maybe I confused you by saying that, but what's happening here in a nutshell is Sukuna stopped using his sure hit effects within his domain, which kind of makes him less powerful, and he's doing that to create a binding vow so that the outside of Gojo's domain could get shattered by the pressure of Sukuna's domain, because Sukuna's domain is much larger. It's covering more area, meaning he still has the advantage. Oh, and very quickly, a binding vow is basically a pact one makes using cursed energy and could potentially grant more power depending on the type of contract and the conditions set. Oh, and it's almost always dangerous. And what Sukuna did here was remove his sure hit effect in exchange for more power or pressure outside Gojo's domain, which once again shatters Gojo's domain. Then this goofy ass boy watching from the sideline start talking some shit like, oh, if he dies, I'm going next. Don't try to stop me. Nigga, shut your bum ass up. If Gojo dies, then y'all are fucked. Anyways, when the domain shatters, Gojo is diced up again, except it's a bit shallow this time, as explained here. And we find out that it's some technique called falling blossom motion emotion, I don't know, and only the elite families know of it, and it really only helps to soften simple domain attacks, which is basically an application of cursed energy as explained by Panda and this guy, but it doesn't really work against complex techniques like Infinite Void, for example. And you know when you're just spamming a move in Mortal Kombat, you know, and it starts to become really annoying, and that's what Gojo does here. He once again uses domain expansion but increases the range so vastly, and almost in an instance he shrinks the domain to the size of a ball.